And after my consciousness faded in a wave of dizziness, when I came to, I was lying down in my own seat.
Well,
thankfully you weren't injured. The more experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat off from my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. Are you okay? Doing that all for my sake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I wasn't much help. I've never won a fight before. No. You're just trying to help make me happy. I'm not joking. It's just that I was thinking it was lucky Kei-chan came here today. As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream from the washcloth she was holding in her hands. Sonozaki-san, you can take a break now. You still have 1 or 2 hours left, don't you? No, it's fine. Even though it's still just part-time, it's still a paying job. I want to work properly while I'm on the clock. So really, you don't have to worry about me. She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality. Kei-chan, don't mind me. Please eat as much dessert as you can. When you're done, we'll have you fill out a survey. Well, I've got to go back to the floor. After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitresses started to head back to work. That's when I stopped her. Excuse me? Could I borrow your phone? The phone? It's by the register. I'll show you where. I pulled out a 10 yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact, but I could just cry myself to sleep about it later. Wow! That's too real, okay, Keiichi? That's too real. Now is not the time for tears. I had to fight. If I recall, 1 ticket is good for up to 4 people, right? Is it alright if I call over 3 more people? Yes, that's fine. For the time being, I'll write them down on the guest list. Can I have their names? Let me guess. Reina! The annoying one! And I almost called her Luca. It's not Luca. What the fuck is her name? The cute one. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Shut up. I turned around. I'm glad that the greasy hooligan who subjected Shion to that humiliation. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not to throw his pride away to win. And the third is that we are the most powerful club members in history. Rika, that's it, not Luca. Please add Reina Ryugyu, Satoko Hojo, and Rika Furude to the guest list. Understood. I'll do that. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. They can bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses. Prepare to meet your maker. Yo, Reina, bring your hatchet. This is a nice restaurant. The uniforms are cute. Reina wants to wear them too.
On top of that, we're being treated to dessert. I'm deeply moved.
Yeah, eat as much as you like. Don't worry about my share.
Keiichi-san, enough with the charades! Let's get to the point.
Reina and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satsuko broached the subject. After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the table. I beg of you. I don't care if you're making fun of how pathetic I am. Please lend me your strength. The three of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my unusual behavior.
What's the matter? Something happened, didn't it?
Actually, Mion's younger sister Shion is working part-time at this restaurant.
Ah, that little sister you were talking about, right? Could it be her? Could it? She resembles her. Resemble? That's just Mion with her head down, isn't it?
I don't know what to say.
Keiichi says that's Shion. That's Shion. They might be twins, but can they really look that much alike? They're called monozygotic twins. They really can look identical.
Reina gave the most plausible explanation, so everyone else was convinced. Well then, do you believe me? I'll get to the point then. I recounted everything that had just happened. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, and the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also, how incredibly pathetic I was, including everything about trying to hide it.
That's awful. Poor Shi-chan. However, for you to be unable to help her, there should be a limit to how unsightly you can be.
There's nothing I can say to that.
Sadako-chan, to admit that you lost and seek help is a very difficult thing to do. Keiichi-kun chose to help Shi-chan rather than save his pride. So pathetic.
Reina's follow-up stung a bit, but I could only be thankful that she understood. Satsuko was calling me all sorts of names, but there was no malign intention behind her words.
What should we do?
Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve behind her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve.
Hell, I thought it'd be something like that. It's a bit much for Keiichi-san to handle alone.
Huh? Then you'll help?
Of course, Keiichi-kun. I'll help anybody who's being bullied.
I remember when I was cornered by those thugs. What Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizu really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Maibara, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight! Sorry, I owe you one.
You tried your best, but didn't stand a chance alone. How sad, how sad.
Rika-chan gently patted my head for me. But there was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with the strong, dependable feeling of, leave the rest to us. Mion can't join us due to various circumstances, so I'll be temporarily taking command. Our strategy will resolve around Shion's defense and the extermination of the enemy's combat capability.
Who's the enemy? Are there a lot of them?
From this point forward, anybody who messes with Shion shall be considered an enemy combatant. There are no rules of engagement. Compensation will be the dessert you just ate. Any questions? Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff clamoring around inside the restaurant like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Rika-chan held up her hand. What is it, Rika-chan?
Do we have to show mercy? Of course we don't have to! We have no need to show mercy to the rabble who would dare lay a finger on Mion's little sister! And it's okay. Keiichi?
Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. I'm counting on you, Rika-chan! I, Keiichi Maibara, shall assume all responsibility. Rout them! I'm sorry, I nearly had flashbacks. Jesus Christ, Reina.
Alrighty. Reina's going to do her best too.
Sorry. Please do.
Keiichi-san, you don't have to be so tense. Well, just wait and see. By the time you finish that parfait, we'll have finished cleaning up too. Well then, everyone. Let's give it our all. Go for it. Yeah!
Hell yeah, let's go kill some otaku. Thus, the most powerful warband in the world had ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader. But when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everyone beside me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strength to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring.
Sonozaki-san, 5 deluxe parfaits for table 7. Oh, sure thing.
Shion carried the orders to the tables. For Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have the breathing room to pay attention to her feet. Comrades, here she comes yet again. I don't like how we formed the warband and the otaku are calling themselves the Comrades. What is this, a winter war? Not the winter war. That was the other side of the Soviet Union. This time we'll have her spill everything on my pants and have her give an extremely thorough wipey. It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time another one of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity of these men was in itself a full all-out attack. Reina, this is Keiichi. Ambush them around tables 5 and 6. Reina, do you copy? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Restaurant's uniforms are so cute! I want to take them home!
Shion, her bottom swaying while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Reina. She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Reina was transfixed by the back of her uniform. Reina's a lady of culture, it would appear. From a normal person's point of view, it's probably like having a fox guard or hen house. But when it comes to Reina, things are different. Cute mode. 120% synchronization. We've won.
When Reina's in that state, even the laws of physics don't apply.
Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleazebags. No, my comrades! I realized they were calling each other comrades, and then this one says, Hail Mein Führer, so... A, that's the video not getting demonetized, and B, I didn't realize they were the Axis, not the Comintern. Hail my Fiora, shining Lucifer, the Harumi Mecha! Man, Hitler had some weird plans, didn't he? A leg shade out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads, 3 of them at once! It happened in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at an unnatural act. Jesus Christ, Reina. Why do you sound like you're foaming at the mouth? What is this madness? Reina teetered into view, giving them a warning?
No mischief, okay? No means no! No! Reina's gonna be the one to take her home.
This girl. What's with this strange technique? The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed. Jesus Christ, Reina!
That's our Reina sound. No matter how many times I see it, it's always frighteningly quick.
Yeah. It's an unbreakable barrier. Unlike their legs, badumtisk. Anyone within a 2-meter radius attack Shion is completely obliterated by Reina. As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs or hands.
Kichi-kun, this is Reina! They're all dead! There's nobody left that'll bother Shi-chan. So I'm gonna take her home now.
Reina, this is Keiichi. Good job, but maybe not yet. Please continue the mission. Also, permission to take home denied. I repeat, permission to take home denied.
I'll just look. I'll just look.
I guess just looking's fine. I wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anyone who was clutching their arm or leg while they were writhing in agony were basically branded by their bruises. Currently, we have finished identifying all enemy forces. Proceeding to the next phase. Satoko, this is Keiichi. What's your status?
This is Sadako. That's a rude way to ask. Keiichi-san, who exactly do you think I am?
Satoko was in the kitchen, where all the knives were. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter, replete with order chits? Yeah, I think. Order chits and their destinations, and was now sorting through the freshly made desserts.
Hey, what are you doing? Now. Sonozaki-san, it's alright. Just leave it to her. More importantly, we're taking all these orders out of one, so I'm counting on you.
The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once.
Lots of cute desserts are coming!
I think you know this, but don't touch them. At least if you still value your life.
I know, but...
Certainly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you could enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had melded with them, they were nothing more than an unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of that fact were the men that were now stuffing their faces. Huh? Almost right away, they realized something was wrong. Satoko. What did you mix in there? It couldn't have been salt and Tabasco, right?
Hi! What are you saying, Keiichi-san? You said no mercy. I might not look like it, but when I get down to business, I like to be very thorough.
As she said that, she twirled a dubious vial in her fingers before putting it away smartly in her pouch.
Rika, this is Sadako. The customers are moving. Escort duty is all yours. Leave it to me.
Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men suddenly stood up from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. That restless fidgeting. And the look of the relief when they found a single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written on that placard was the word, restroom. They began a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching at their stomachs. I think I was a little too greedy. Where's the washroom? Mewtwo. Mewtwo? Okay, you didn't need to discuss your bowel movements. I'm pretty sure we all gathered that Satoko had made y'all want to shit yourselves. Not a number one, but a number two. I need to cash out, meow. Where's the toilet? I found it. You're in for it, Nat. Hey, badum tisk. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting the restroom was crammed with about 10 men. What is this? As I peered over to see what was up, whoa! It seemed that the toilet was clogged and backflowing, unleashing a loud gurgling sound and a terrible stench. There was no way to use it in this state. Damn that Sadako! What a frightening display of power! No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. It was divine punishment. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just unapologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up. I can't do my business here like this! What do we do, meow, comrades? It was a brilliant combination of traps. It would be better if there was one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that. Now that it's come to this, it's time for the last resort. Faced with a moral dilemma, that man had only one other option. The women's restroom. Isn't using the girls' room going to get us in trouble? I'm pretty sure there's no other female customers here today. Why didn't I think of that before? Women's toilets are the best. Hold up. Y'all need to A, get out more. B, also not get out more. Please stay inside and don't subject yourself to us. What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush to the girls' restroom without any hesitation. Me? And there's the kicker! There was a girl there. It was Rika-chan. I'm not gonna lie, the music makes it infinitely creepier. The men stood there, frozen in various complicated poses indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events. but the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan. I should never underestimate you. This is... You see, mademoiselle. The men's room is a bit dangerous at the moment, so we just wanted to borrow the toilet here right now. Yeah. But I guess it's not right after all. Right, my comrades? Just by having a girl there in the restroom, I knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There was no way anybody could ever be brave enough to lift Rika-chan out of the way to do their business. Huh. This was the most they could do after all. If I were a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would plow through Rika-chan without a second thought. Now what are you gonna do, you fat asses? The price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid.
If you're in trouble, I can help you.
That would be much appreciated. How would you do that?
You can use one of the toilets outside. I'll show you to them.
That'd be perfect. Please, please. This way they'll end. Oh, that's disgusting. At this rate it'll end up becoming a group enema party. Rika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with a casual stride in her step. In this race against time, her pace was sadistic torture. Mademoiselle! Is the toilet far from here?
We'll get there soon.
Obeying Rika-chan's distractions, they were about to leave the restaurant.
Keiichi-kun, finish it! Give him hell!
Yeah, leave it to me! I spread out my arms and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant. What is the meaning of this? We're at DEFCON 1 here! Listen up, you tubs of lard. You know what happens if you even set one foot outside this door, right? What is the meaning of this preposterous statement?
Look! It's written right here on the ticket! Not valid for re-entry! See? You're free to use any toilet you want. The moment you step outside the door, you can't come back!
What a perfectly orchestrated plan. You'll remember this! You're right, I will. As the time we fucking want.
I don't want to guide anybody who says scary things like that.
Everybody panicked as Rika-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off.
Thank you very much for coming.
Oh, I love their English. It's, gives me Steins Gate flashbacks. I love it. Much clanging and the bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them.
How pathetic! Too easy! We did it! Yeah!
Reina and Satoko clapped their hands together. I couldn't hold a candle to those guys by myself, but when we get the group together, we send them packing like a herd of cattle.
With opponents this week, any of us could have taken them on by ourselves. Keiichi-san, you need to up your game.
I was loath to admit it, but Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them.
I'm also really glad we were able to protect Misan's little sister. Now there's none of these bad people who are pulling pranks left. You're blessed to have such wonderful friends, Sonozaki-san.
The veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats.
You did all that for me? I mean...
Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen.
Shitan is cute! They really are twins!
Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm glad we were able to save her.
I think you know this already, but Sonozaki-san is very grateful. As a representative of the floor staff here, I also extend my gratitude.
And then everybody clapped. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Not only the other waitresses, but also the other customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. And everybody clapped. When we had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey, Rika-chan made a return. Oh! Good work! Did everything go alright? You took a while.
I'm sorry. I got lost on the way back. It was a lot of trouble. Rika-chan likes to stray... Rika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, so she gets lost pretty often.
How did she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet?
Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Rika has a lot of strong points that make up for... more than make up for that.
I can see that. That expression in the girls' room. You're quite the thespian.
Keiichi was being horrible. If he was thinking if I were in their shoes, I'd just run over her and rush into the washroom.
What? What I was thinking show up on my face again?
Keiichi-kun! What a pervert!
No, I mean... I could laugh about it then, but a few days later, newspaper headline read, 10 unidentified men were taken into custody in Hideyama. The men claimed they had traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was X kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read that article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan actually was.
Well, thanks for treating me. I'm happy that you called me here today. Oh, you going home already? You can stay a little longer. I was in the middle of organizing some drawers. If I leave it like that, I won't be able to put out the futon. Ah! I guess that's true.
Oops, looks like I called her at a bad time.
Yeah! Well, I found out she was in the middle of cleaning her room. But she still came. Well! It was an emergency, so it couldn't be helped. Besides that, I got to eat a lot of sweets, so I'm very happy.
Thanks for today. Sorry for calling you out so suddenly.
Tell Shion I said bye. be taking my leave then. Reina-san, please take your time. Yeah, I will. Later.
Rika and Satoko in a good mood. Horsed around with each other as they left. Man, I have some good friends, don't I? While Reina and I were having a discussion about the desserts we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee.
Oh. Did the two little ones leave already?
Hearing them called little ones was so strange, I inadvertently bust out laughing. Apparently they were in the middle of cleaning, so they went home. Shiona brought enough coffee for 4 people.
I heard about it from our senior. It seems that you went through a lot of trouble for my sake. It was no trouble at all. Not other than Shi-chan was in a pinch after all. Oh, is it alright if I call you Shi-chan? It matches with Mi-chan, so I thought it'd be cute. Well, whatever you want.
Shi-chan seemed a bit hesitant when Reina started talking to her. Reina is pretty sharp about something, so Shion was probably worried that Reina would figure out that she was Mion after talking like this. She said she'd have work soon and hurried off back to the kitchen, leaving behind coffee for just the 2 of us.
She was a bit upset with Reina. Maybe she thought I was being too friendly.
She's just embarrassed.
Still, they really do look the same. Instead of twins, it looks like there's another Mi-chan.
They look the same, but the atmosphere around them, or rather, their insides are completely different. I think those types of twins are pretty interesting, though.
You think that, Keiichi-kun? I think they're identical on the inside, too.
It somehow became silent. Reina was just staring at the pattern the milk made on the surface of her coffee without saying a word. For somebody like me who could never stop talking, it was a rather uncomfortable moment. Reina's off-put mannerism seemed to imply I said something I shouldn't have. That unpleasantness carried on for a little while. Reina, you said it today, right? That Mion was hurting.
Did I say something like that?
Don't play dumb with me. You definitely said it on the way home from school. Reina answered by laughing while continuing to play dumb, questioning if she said that. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Reina wanted to say that I was the one who hurt Mion. But when? Me? Hypothetically, if something like that happened, it's not something I did out of malice. I continued the conversation, but I let out the assumption that I had hurt Mion.
Yeah. I think that's true. I don't think Keiichi-kun had any bad intentions.
Reina replied, also leaving out the assumption that I'd hurt Mion. But that confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed that I'd hurt Mion. And Reina was upset with me due to the fact that I hadn't realized it.
I don't want you to misunderstand. It's not like Reina is mad at you.
Seeing right through what I was thinking, Reina said that as she smiled, even more gently than usual.
It's just that... How do I say this? It's hard.
If I made a mistake, please say it so clearly. I'm so thick-headed I disgust even myself. If there's something I should apologize for, then I'd want to know even a little quicker so if I could make up for it.
I don't think that Keiichi-kun made a mistake. Depending on how you look at it, Mii-chan might be the one who's being unfair. Taking the stance of a girl as the one being unfair might be unfair in itself.
What Reina said was draped in mystery, probably because I read it wrong, but unfortunately I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something to inadvertently hurt Mion. I'm begging you, Reina. Mion's one of my best friends. I don't want to leave something between us that could cause problems later on. So tell me, how did I hurt her?
I can't tell you. You need to realize something like this for yourself.
Reina was smiling like she always did, but spoke bluntly. The fact that she had this strength of will surprised me for a moment. I'm asking you because I can't figure it out, you know? My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Reina was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat demeanor.
I guess a hint is just fine. This is special, okay?
Sorry. Please. I'll think about this seriously. Reina looked around the restaurant, searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically, but without confidence as usual.
Shi-chan, if she ties her hair up, it's impossible to tell apart from Mii-chan, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So then, if Mii-chan let down her hair, it should be impossible to tell apart from Shi-chan.
Probably. But what does that have to do with anything?
What if... being the younger sister twin... What if being the younger twin was a lie and she was just Mii-chan was just pretending to be her sister? What would you think?
Reina was sharper than her daily behavior belied. I was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right answer. It might be unfair to answer a question with another question. But if, like you say, Mion is just pretending to be Shion, what purpose would that serve? After maintaining the silence for a while, Reina glanced at the clock.
That's what I want you to think about. That was maybe too much of a hint.
After thanking me for the dessert, Reina stood up from her seat.
Sorry, I was asked about a few things, so it's about time I left. If it's okay with you, then tell Shion I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye.
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Sorry.
Huh?
That Reina is so short-tempered. Sorry for getting angry. Keiichi-kun isn't the only one at fault here.
Reina was harsh in her apology, but I was the one who really should have apologized.
I think to Mii-chan, it's something that doesn't bother her much anymore. So if you want to forget the whole thing happened, that's fine too. But you see, as a girl, I'd hope that Keiichi-kun realizes it by himself and comes to apologize of his own volition. Huh?
Switching to cute mode only at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. While I was staring into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finally done.
It was Shion who had changed into her street clothes. She flashed a smile which greeted me. Thank you so much for today. Everything was delicious. We were all really happy with it.
Oh no, don't mention it. But I'm glad everybody had fun. Huh? That girl that was just here left as well?
She had some shopping to do. She said she was sorry for leaving without saying anything.
I see. Well then, should we leave as well? Even though I'm off duty, I'm still nervous around the workplace.
We ended up strolling around without any destination in particular. I'd been sitting the entire time, so I was in need of a breath of fresh air. When we left, the sky had already become draped in a veil of darkness.
It's gotten dark already. Even though I promised I'd be finished early.
Shion seemed upset that there wasn't much time left.
Oh well. At least we got a little time to chat like this.
Saying that, Shion set out for the tree-lined boulevard behind the station. The front of the station was slowly becoming crowded with businessmen heading home.
Well then, I guess we should start with an introduction. I was mistaken for my sister when we first met, so we never properly got to introduce ourselves.
I could only smile and laugh wryly.
My name is Shion Sonozaki. I'm only similar to my older sister in appearance. My sister is rough around the edges and hot-headed, but I'm a composed and methodical person.
I remembered what Reina had been talking about earlier. I said that they looked the same, but their personalities were different, while Reina said they were both the same. I don't know what tipped her off, but Reina figured out that Mion was Shion, or vice versa. Also related to that, she said that I'd hurt Mion. Reina had only given me one hint. That was... Why is Mion pretending to be Shion? Shion, what did you hear about me from Mion?
My sister seems to have taken a liking to you. She talks about you quite a bit. Like about club activities, about getting pranked and pranking you back. Boyish kind of stories. You really do get along.
Boyish kind of stories, huh? Come to think of it, I think there was something Shion had told me before. Kei-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? Was that what had happened to hurt Mion? Mion herself said that she wished she'd been born a boy and that being a girl didn't suit her. She said a lot of things to that effect, didn't she?
Kei-chan, you look like you're having fun.
Huh? No, that's not true.
Even though you're bad at hiding things, you sure like to lie, don't you? Still, I don't hate you for it.
Saying that, she lightly chopped my forehead. Even though Shion was enjoying herself, I was still trying to figure out how I had hurt Mion. I was having a hard time figuring out the riddle that Reina had left me with.
Hey, see that? Do you think it's pretty? You think even a guy would find it pretty?
Yeah, it is pretty. Shion was having fun window shopping, dragging me by all sorts of stores I would normally never enter. It wasn't like she was begging me to buy her anything, and I wasn't getting bored either. It was just something to talk about as we walked around. In an easygoing way, we browsed through numerous stores. We discussed all sorts of topics I knew nothing about, but I didn't lose interest. I had the feeling she was good at conversation.
Kei-chan, is this your first time doing this kind of thing?
Yeah, it is. If somebody didn't bring me into these accessory shops, I don't think I'd set foot in one my entire life.
Not that. I mean, more like this.
What? I leapt back when Shion suddenly linked her arm with mine.
Hey, you don't have to act so surprised. It's not embarrassing to link arms with a girl, is it?
I see what's going on here. Maybe Mion is pissed because I'm spending too much time with Shion. Assuming the separate personalities things are going on. Shion's expression was a little bit miffed, but suggestive at the same time. I'm not that embarrassed. If you want some arms, I can spare one or two. Here.
Kei-chan, you really know how to entertain someone. I see what my sister took a liking to you.
If you don't want my arm, I'm taking it back.
Aw, come on. I'm happy to have it.
Laughing in good spirits, Shion locked her arm with mine. My heart skipped a beat.
This question might be a bit mean, but I want to enjoy seeing your reaction. Kei-chan, have you ever been in arm with a girl before? A random bonfire at a field trip doesn't count, by the way.
That little devil! She was asking the question, knowing full well what the answer would be. Well, if field trips are out, this is rough.
I thought as much.
That impish laugh really is the same as Mion's. You really are Shion, right? You're not just Mion saying that you're Shion, are you?
Are you thinking that my sister might pretend to be me?
I thought you were twins until just now, but the way you mess around is just like Mion.
You're just saying that. You can tell us apart easily.
What do you mean by that?
If my sister was holding your arm like this, would you get nervous?
I would. I'd be completely on edge worrying whether she'd go for an arm lock. It's a different kind of nervous. This is a sexy kind of nervous. The other one is like nervous for my well-being. Also, yes, sexy nervousness does exist. Shut up. Shion laughed so hard she had to hold on to her sides. Hey, is it really that funny? You're tearing up.
Oh, no, it's just... I was just thinking about how hopeless my sister is. She isn't even able to get a young man hot and bothered while she's arm in arm with him. She really is a failure as a woman.
Wow, that's harsh. Jesus. I remembered once again that I'd heard someone say that before.
Sometimes I think my sister would have been better off if she'd been born a boy. If she did, I might have fallen for her. Just kidding.
Mion did say something about wanting to be born a boy.
My sister's on the fence as to whether she wants to be a boy or a girl. Well, it's the price she pays for living an awkward lifestyle. Just leave her be.
You've been saying some pretty harsh things about your sister right now.
Mion has some soft parts to her that I don't like.
The way that Shion talks somehow sounded cold. Shion, do you not get along with Mion?
Well, we get along well enough. Still, there's a few things for which I can't forgive her as a sister. Hey, look at that! Don't you think it's cute?
I turned around to look where Shion was pointing. What was there was the familiar display window of the toy shop. The same shop that was the stage for the incident that occurred during last Sunday's club activities. What Shion was pointing at was a display with a plethora of adorable dolls that looked like the sort girls would like. I wonder why girls like these sorts of things.
It's because they're cute. Don't you think they're cute, Kei-chan?
I'm a man, so I don't really get that vibe. Keiichi, speaking as a man, that argument, it don't fly. I appreciate everything that's fucking cute, okay? I'm not afraid to be like, oh my god, that is adorable. Please, I'll take 10 in public. Much to my friend's dismay.
How now? Which one do you think's the cutest out of all these, Kei-chan?
Shion, pulling my arm, motioned to the row of dolls. They were lined up. The way they were lined up. They were lined up like they were close sisters taking a commemorative photo. A few of them seemed strangely familiar. I've seen those four over there somewhere.
Oh, I guess they really are famous. Even if you know about them.
Shion sounded impressed.
These are new dolls that we just brought in from England. They still have some available here, but around the cities they have trouble keeping them on the shelves. They're supposed to be inexpensive. It seems they're starting to come in at a premium.
Oh my. It's not... So they buy everything... So they do buy some stuff from us that come from a premium. It's not just Japan with the rough import laws. I guess girls still like these kinds of things even as they grow up.
It depends on the person, but I think the girls who don't like dolls or stuffed animals are pretty few and far between. Even my tomboy of a sister said these were adorable.
Oh? Even Mion said they're adorable. That is pretty amazing. That's right, I just remembered. The store owner gave us this one after Sunday's event. Except for Mion, who is a relative, everybody had gotten something.
I really do think that one's the best. That frilly dress really gives it something.
That's it. That's the one the shop owner gave me.
So it seems.
Shion replied softly but clearly.
Uncle Yoshiro gave those at us thanks for everyone helping liven things up at Sunday's event. It seems he gave them to the 4 friends my sister brought along. So, you got the doll with the dress then? What did you think? It was really cute, right?
As a man, there's no way I'd think it was cute. Stop using that defense, it don't fly! This is 2021, Keiichi. Even though you live in 1984.
So, what did you do with the doll?
I wasn't really going to do anything with it, so I gave it to someone. To who? As Shion laughed, I heard an audible click run through my head, like the piece of a jigsaw snapping into place. Thank you very much for today, everyone. May the event turn out great. It's not much, but here's something extra for today.
Uncle Yoshiro! Isn't there a little something for me too?
Yeah, your fucking wage.
My! Quite an adorable one, is it not?
When Satoko and Rika-chan opened up the bag, there was a cute little stuffed animals inside.
Wow! They're so cute! Can I take them home? I really can?
Which means there's something for me too? Whoa. I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress. One you'd used to play house. Reina's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same. And Rika-chan too? I see. It wasn't just Reina, Satoko, and Rika-chan. There was one other person who seemed jealous.
Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least.
Not wanting for her expression to give it away, she had said that to hide her embarrassment. Well, I guess it's pretty and cute. I can admit it's adorable, but a doll with changeable clothes is...
If you walked around with that, you'll be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow. Definitely.
Mion's usual teasing way out of talking. I looked around to see who I should give the doll to. Mion was right in front of me. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. But I didn't.
Huh? Are you giving it to me? To Reina? Thank you!
Turning away from Mion's covetous gaze, I gave the doll to Reina. Mion's smile bore into my back. There was no way I couldn't have noticed. Why did I not give it to Mion? Since Mion was the only one who didn't get anything, would it have been standard practice to give it to her? At that time, I had noticed that something was wrong. That's why I said it. Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Reina, then walking the streets at night would be scary.
No doubt, no doubt.
I thought about giving it to Mion, but it just didn't feel right. Something dark flickered briefly in Mion's eyes, but at the time I didn't notice it. I had thought to give it to Mion. Why didn't I?
You know it! I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy.
Mion herself had said it with a laugh, so I didn't realize that I'd hurt her. That's right. Mion is more suited for cool things. So I think having you help out here was the right choice. Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me. That uniform, it would never suit somebody like Mion. But if it's Shion, I think it works.
Huh? You mean that...
Shion, like Reina often does, spaced out and turned bright red. Mion seemed really happy. She seemed happy that I complimented Shion. Saying that it didn't suit Mion, but that it suited Shion. Saying that it suited her seemed to make her happy. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion.
That's right! We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thorough, but Shion has a cold and scary personality.
I thought that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's a cute and cheerful girl. Mion made a strange face that was both angry and happy at the same time. It seemed that she was happy that I said Shion was cute. Sneaking a look inside the box to say that she just put some leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Is this really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right?
Jeez. I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself.
I'm not my sister. That was how she said it. Shion was insistent that she wasn't Mion. She was saying that she was Shion, and that I shouldn't think of her as Mion. When Mion was Shion, it carried a special meaning.
Mi-chan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy.
That was what Reina had said.
But you see, even that Mi-chan, she's actually really feminine.
Reina? How much did Mion pay you exactly?
That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know? You know?
Reina began to pout. Now probably wasn't the right time to joke around.
Mi-chan
is the club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody. But she's really a very cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun.
It was never a riddle to begin with. Reina was saying the answer right from the very beginning.
So then, I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah. I know Kei-chan didn't mean anything wrong. At least, he didn't intend to. Yeah. Keiichi-kun isn't the type of person to hurt others. So there's no reason for you to feel hurt by this, Mi-chan. Then, what is it? Frustration? Sadness? I don't know at all. Did you want it? The doll, I mean. It wouldn't really help even if I gave you the doll I got, would it? You're right. How about this, Mi-chan? Try asking Keiichi-kun. You might be able to solve the problem if you tackle it head on. There's no way I could do that. Is it too embarrassing to do that now? I want to try again. There's somebody other than Mion. This time I can be more honest with myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fond of the relationship I have with Kei-chan. This might be selfish. But one more time. Keiichi-kun will definitely notice. I wonder if that's true. Rena will cheer you on too. So let's find a way to ease your sadness. Believe me, I won't let anything happen to make you cry, Mi-chan. I'll believe. I'll believe. Keiichi-kun will definitely come to understand.
それでね、
He'll say he's sorry
無
for,
神経
some,
なことを
for
言っ
saying
てご
something
め
so
んねって言って、
careless.
あのお
And I'll
店
bring
に
you
み
to
ー
that
ちゃんを
store
連
and
れて
buy
行っ
that
て、
dolls for you as a
あのお
present.
人形をプレゼントしてくれるの。
Yeah. Yeah.
そうしたら、
And
み
then
ーちゃんあ
Mi-chan.
りがとうって言うんだよ。
Sorry, wrong voice.
And then Mi-chan. He'll say thank you.
茶化しちゃダメだ
You
よ。
can't fool around.
素直に言うんだから
Say it
ね。
honestly. Yeah.
God, it feels weird to hear Mion cry. I've got shivers, but for a very different reason.
欲しいなって言ったら、ケイちゃん買ってくれます？
If I said I wanted it, Kei-chan, would you buy it for me?
Mion said it quietly, doing her best to quell her embarrassment. I would have reflexively begun to lightly tease her to hide my embarrassment. But like Mion, I quelled that impulse.
いいよ、ミオン。
Okay, Mion.
今日までのお礼ってことで、どれでも買ってや
As
る。
thanks for everything today, I'll buy you whichever one you want. My voice cracked with the unfamiliar words. In order to not lose Mion trying her best, I tried my best as well.
だから私、ミオンじゃなくてシ
But
オン。
I'm not Mion. I'm Shion.
じゃあ、シオン。
Shion then.
シオンに買ってやる
I'll
よ。
buy it for you, Shion. Shion looked down, red-faced, as she pointed at the doll in the dress through the store window.
Is
本当にいいんですか？
is it really okay?
あのドレスのだけは
The one
ちょっ
in
ぴ
the
り高
one
い
in
ん
the
ですよ。
dress is a little expensive, isn't it?
値段の問題じゃないだろう。
This isn't a matter of price.
気持ちの問
This is
題
a
だ。
matter of feelings.
私、
When
今日はケイちゃんに
when I was saved by Kei-chan from those unsavory customers today,
本当に嬉しかった
I
で
was
す。
really happy.
先輩たちもみんな助けて
Even
く
though
れ
my
なかったの
coworkers
に
didn't save me,
ケイちゃ
Kei-chan
んだ
did.
けは助けてくれました。私の肩を
You
グ
grabbed
イ
me
っ
by
て
the shoulder really
持って
firmly,
くれま
right?
したよね。あの時
Right then,
すごく
you
か
were
っこよか
really
ったで
cool.
す。なのに
Even
私
then, I
恥
was
ずか
so
しく
embarrassed
て
I couldn't
ち
properly
ゃんとし
express
た
my
お礼もでき
gratitude.
なくて。
I clamped my hand down on Shion's head and ruffled her hair roughly, like how I would to Reina and the others. When I did that, Shion, like Reina would have, spaced out and blushed slightly.
そんな難しいのは抜きでいい。
You don't have to think too hard about it.
あの時、
I
あげてれ
should
ば
have
よかっ
just
たん
given
だ
it to you back then.
そうすれば、みん
If
な
I
楽し
did
く
that,
笑って
everybody
ら
would
れ
have
たん
had
だ
a good laugh. Shion didn't respond. Shion turned bright red, like she was trying to hold back both laughter and tears.
今買ってくれよ。
I'll go buy it for you right now.
そこで待っ
Wait
てろ
right there.
I'll go
私も
with
一緒
you.
に行きます。
Saying that, she grabbed onto my arm once again. She wasn't trying to be stoic anymore.
お姉がどうしてケイちゃんのことを好きなのか
I think I know why my
私
sister likes you.
よく分かった気がします。ね
Hey,
え、ケイちゃんのこと
is it alright
ちょっぴり好きになっ
if
ても
I start to like you a bit too,
Yes.
Kei-chan?
The unfamiliar situation made my head start to spin. What am I doing? I'd reached my limit. Smiling wryly to hide my embarrassment, I dragged Shion into the store with me.
すみません。
Excuse me.
表のショーウィンドウにあるドレ
I
ス
want
の
to buy
人形
that
が
doll
欲
in
しいんですけど。
the dress that's in the window. After a moment, I heard a voice of acknowledgement, and an apron-clad employee soon appeared. Are we taking bets that this is Mion? Because I'm taking bets that this is Mion that's currently at work. Kei-chan! I'm not saying I could have written this myself, but I feel like I could have written this myself. And why are you here?
バイト中のお姉に
This
は
has
関係
nothing
あ
to
り
do
ま
with
せん
you. I'm on a date with Kei-chan right now.
Oh, this is why Mion doesn't like her. Because she's fucking savage and a womanizer. Not a womanizer. What's the female equivalent of like a womanizer? Someone in the comments, feel free to let me know. Because I can't think of... Because like, you don't get like... You don't get like manizers as opposed to womanizer. I don't know. Anyway, we didn't agree this is a date, Shion.
Huh?
Calm the hell down, Mion. As I said, I never agreed to these terms.
What? But why is Kei-chan?
Even if you ask why, I'd like to know the answer myself. Mion looked at me with an expression of confusion and surprise. But that was the same with me. If she was there, then who was next to me?
I said it right at the very beginning. I'm Shion Sonozaki. My sister's younger twin. Kei-chan, even you called me Shion, didn't you?
Shion, saying that, pouted cutely.
What is going on? Tell me, Shion! Not much. I was wondering what kind of person this Kei-chan you were so infatuated with was. So I happened to give him a ticket to the dessert festa. There, when I was bothered by all sorts of troublesome customers, Kei-chan gallantly appeared and saved me by kicking them all to the curb, though something like that.
Hold on, I need more alcohol.
What?
Both Mion and I raised our voices pathetically, expressing our confusion to the utmost. Mion, you phoned me yesterday, right?
I didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about. I delivered that bento for you, didn't I, Kei-chan? That was me, right? Or was it my sister?
I hate that I hate that Shion's just now taken to playing mind games. It's like, was it me? Was it her? I don't know anymore. Fucking figure it out, you dumb prick.
The person known as Mion Sonozaki put together a bento and bravely went to a boy's home to deliver it, maybe? Oh, you're a lot bolder than you look, sis.
With a loud pop, a trail of smoke began to rise from Mion's head.
No, I don't know. See, Kei-chan? My sister says she doesn't know. So everything up until yesterday was me, Shion Sonozaki. You might have thought it was my sister pretending to be me. But with this, there's no doubt, right?
I couldn't tell up from down at that moment. There was a mirror around me. If there was a mirror around me, I could see my eyes go wide from the shock.
Now, little Miss Shopkeeper. Could you wrap up that doll in the window? It's the first present from the person I've come to love, so make sure you tie it up nicely with a ribbon.
Oh, Shion's a piece of shit to Mion, isn't she? Wow, okay. I'm now beginning to understand this family dynamic. Mion, completely flustered, was being cornered by a sly-faced Shion. My brain had stopped working.
Wait, what? Kei-chan? What is going on? Well, let's go. Kei-chan? It's already dark, so I'll see you home. Sis, sorry, but could you find the house in Okinawa and have them send out a car? Maybe a van that we can fit a bike into, please.
In the contrast to Shion, who had glee written all over her face, Mion was an empty shell and looked like she could burst into tears at any moment. Wow, now I feel really fucking bad.
Kei-chan!
After that, Mion's grumblings were unrelenting. Yep, this is a very interesting family dynamic they have going on, and one that I'm not sure that I like. Shion seemed nice. Hasn't been long, though. Hasn't been long enough, even. Yeah, there's a very interesting dynamic that these two sisters seem to have, and as I said, I'm not sure that I'm pleased with it. I was down for Shion right up until she started being a bitch. Oh, God. It's all by the by anyway, isn't it? I have recorded for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Jesus Christ, this is 2 episodes. Even if I don't know where I'm gonna split it exactly. Anyway, it's all by the by. Thank you all for watching these past couple episodes of Higurashi. If you like the videos in any capacity, please feel free to give the video a like down below. Leave a comment on whatever you feel like at this point. And if you want to keep up to date with whenever I post videos, I have too many ongoing series at the moment that I can't keep up at this point. I know there's like this. I'm still running a Mori. I have a No More Heroes 3 in the backlog, which may or may not be up on the channel at this point. I plan to keep streaming Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's just whenever I find time and the motivation to do so. But yeah, whenever I post videos or VODs or anything like that, feel free to subscribe to the channel. In theory, if you do so, you get alerts as to when I post videos, so... I say in theory. YouTube is, YouTube. So... I've been umming and ahhing over the fence over whether to switch to streaming, but this is a lot easier because I don't feel like streaming every other day. Because, I don't know, life is busy and I have to book around other people a lot. Life's tough when you're in a band and everything else, but that's all by the by. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I've been Nyx, and I'll see y'all laters.